Well, when I was in fourth year, I did plan on being a play specialist, and I'd done my work experience with the play specialist in my child hospital because that's what I wanted to do at the time, and I done 1 day work experience, and after it I just knew, given my medical condition, that I was not fit for it at all. I just couldn't cope not mentally but physically, sorry, and it's just run me down completely, and it just wasn't for me because of my heart. That's all, just because of my condition. And that was something I wanted to do for a long time, so then thinking it's not going to work out, it was kind of hard to deal with, but I knew it wasn't the end of the world, so then I just chose a different career path. Well, I've always liked taking pictures, so it was something that I did have a massive interest in. I hadn't ever thought of it as a career plan, and it just happened, and I started building a portfolio and looking up colleges for photography, and then I couldn't be happier now because I'm going to be my own boss, which is important to me, and work under my own, I'll be freelance, so I'll do the jobs that I know I'm fit for. And in terms of photography, people think photographers do all kinds of things. I could never do a wedding because that's just so much stress for me and my heart wouldn't be able to cope. But I do fashion, where it's me and a model and some lights, you know what I mean? So it's just something more lower pace, and that where I'm in charge. I couldn't take charge of loads of people getting shots like that. I just know what I'm fit for.
When I was doing my leaving cert, I had to plan my admissions. Do you know, I had to every midterm I'd go in for IVs to get a boost because I didn't want to get sick near exam time, and I wanted to miss as little school as I could because you just have to pressure the leaving cert, and if you miss 2 weeks of school, the catching up is the hardest thing, and that can stress you out and make you sick, and you step right back. But no, it woun't have stopped me, my illness wouldn't have stopped me doing any course I wanted to do. I wouldn't revolve my decision around that. It is beneficial, don't get me wrong, it is beneficial. You don't want to be in a course you're going to be in college all day, all night, working really hard, because that can be, for me, that would have been a big strain. But it wouldn't have stopped me picking. If I loved something that was like that, I still would have went and did it, just because I wanted to.
Obviously look into, know your limits, and know what you have to know what your condition is. You need to know what medication you're on, and how, if you have to, go to a hospital once a month kind of thing, you need to kind of base that around what your decision might be. But don't let anything stop you just because you have something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that it's going to stop you if you really want to do it. So I think someone said to me before, it's just because you can't run the marathon doesn't mean you can't walk it. So you might be able to do something but just a different strand of your career. Say if you wanted to be, I don't know, if you loved airplanes, if you wanted to be a pilot, they mightn't let you do that, but you could work on the ground traffic control or whatever. You can do it in a certain way. You just have to know your limits, know yourself as well, and know what you think you'd be able for.
It's never stopped me doing anything. If I want to go on holidays, I will go on holidays. I'll bring my neb. They rip it out in the airport, and I just call it my toy and my machines and my gadgets and and they're people, I remember I was in Munich airport. I was at a beer festival in Munich, I went through it and Munich, picking up my needles and what's this, and I was you can get on board and look, just keep reading this fucking sheet here, and it was just nothing should stop you in the world. If you've got one leg, for example, just do what you have to do what you can. There's nothing stopping you from doing anything. Whatever your challenge is, just do it. There's no point in saying I can't do it or I don't want to. Just do it. We only live once, so
just do what you want. Don't let your illness stop you though. If you have an interest in something, just go for it, because I have a serious interest in health, and I know that the likes of working in a hospital and stuff, they mightn't really suit me because cross infection and people with CF can't, but it's not going to stop me from doing something related to it. Speech and language therapy, you don't necessarily have to be in a hospital setting. You can have it in a private practice or something. So it wouldn't let me stop my decision of what I want to do. So just go for whatever you want,